Hello, Auxiliary. How are we doing today? I am really glad to see everybody here. We've waited a long time for this day, and I am really happy that each one of you came out today. Thank you. So I just wanted to start out with a few things. You know, whether you were part of the crew that on May 11th reopened our shop locally, and stuck with that for that very difficult first weeks and month, or whether you're somebody who's been in the auxiliary for years and years and had a lot of service over that time, or you know, whether you're somebody new coming in and checking out what we do. Maybe there's others that are at home, they're still more comfortable at home, but we appreciate all our volunteers. Some of them at home, and some of us have been working remotely from home because it was very difficult to figure out what we could actually do given the situation. So one thing I wanted to make clear from the start is that we're all in the auxiliary because we want to volunteer and serve and everything, and we don't want to be divided by who's home and who's active and all of that kind of thing. We appreciate everybody's efforts. So in that spirit, I would like you to take a look. Most of the tables, almost all, and some of you may share, have a basket. It's filled with masks that I made over the weekend. And if you look at that, you're welcome to take one for yourself to take home. But what I'm going to do is take one, and I'm going to give it to a friend of mine on the board who I haven't seen for almost 5 months now. And she's been a mentor to me, and she's been a really great friend. And so today after the lunch, I'm going to take a program, and I'm going to take this mask over, and I'm going to leave it at her house. Just leave it. I don't know that I'll bother her or anything, but if you have somebody that you're missing and you'd like to do that, please take a mask. And there's extra programs up here where we have our memoriam section. Please take them, and maybe think of somebody that you're missing and that you would like to welcome back over the next months or so. It's really, I think, an important thing to come together with this. So, you know, this is really great. I'm going to try to go fast. So if you hear your name, stand up, okay? Don't be shy. It's not every day that we get this many of our men at an event, and I have a little story I'll tell it very quickly because I was told to go very fast. One very sweet lady, very well-intended, came up to me one time and said, "Oh, the ladies, St. Andrew's Ladies Auxiliary." And I said, "Oh, contraire, no. We have some really great men that are involved in the auxiliary. Some of them are members. Some of them are fantastic helpers. And some of them are here." So I wanted John Hochstein to stand up. He helped paint in the thrift shop. And Alan Boyes is there a lot. He prices all kinds of antiquities for us. There's others on your program. There's 2 other of us I can think of, but there's also 3 gentlemen from Lincoln Health that support us, and we appreciate them, and we'll be hearing from one of them soon. And then there's people like Dan Zajdel, who climbs ladders and puts up banners and records fashion shows. So we get a lot of help from the guys, and they are unsung heroes, I think. So, that said, I would really like to see anybody, get these off, anybody who's been a cashier at the thrift shop, stand up. Where's all those cashiers that handle that money? Ever handle the money? Let's hear it for the cashiers. Yes. Now stay up, you guys stay up, and anybody else that's been in the back room crew, stand up. Let's see who you are. Have you ever done that work back there? Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, I had to get the nitty-gritty out first. So, all right, if you'll bear with me, there's another group of people that really took off with some projects when we were locked out and shut down and everything else. So it was Penny Toomuth that got everything started. Everybody was so stunned when the lockdown started, and her idea was, hey, let's reach out to our members, let's start calling. And I think Irene's going to talk more about that. But I really appreciate Penny's initiative. She's always been a cornerstone in this organization. Thank you, Penny. That started us. And then, if you look in your programs at the Board of Directors, you'll see the names of our board. And it's interesting, a lot of them do what they have next to their title, like membership and history and service records, activities, and student aid, and this and that. But with the change, being locked out and shut down, a lot of your board members were put into different roles. A lot of them were doing things maybe on the health side, trying to help send some things out to Cove's Edge and St. Andrews, and different jobs came up and people had to respond to it. So we are really grateful to our board, and I would like them to stand as I call up their names. The vice president is not here. Susan did a great job with your directories. It's hard to be perfect, but boy, she was nitpicking pretty good. So I really thank her. Judy Boyes, our treasurer, has done so much. Stand up, Judy. Stand up. Kathy Bugby is here. She's our historian, and we enjoy her takes on some of the past events. Sue Hochstein, membership. She was greeting you today. Nancy Hurst walked in. She's service records. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do that. Our really good social activity group is Cindy Sanborn and Laura Honey. They should get some big applause for everything today. Then we have the thrift shop, of course, Carol McCarthy. Volunteers, Irene. Are you supposed to stay up? Stay up. Stay up. Irene Gurney is volunteers, and Scott Kennedy is with us from Lincoln Health. So that's our board. And I thank them for all their efforts. I think each time they have this recognition, the president gets to pick out a few people that maybe deserve some special recognition, and I would like to do that today. Somebody that really inspired me when things got started was, I was driving and I could see the lights on over at the shop, like what the heck was going on? Well, I found out that John Hochstein was painting with Carol McCarthy, our thrift shop manager, and they worked and worked. They worked so hard that we really were quite ready to open by May 11th. So I would like Carol to step up for a minute, and we could give her a round of applause for all her efforts to keep us running and afloat.
Something from the thrift shop.
It's everything, it's all made from the thrift shop, everything thrift shop. And it's called a firecracker quilt. I can't imagine why I picked that title for it.
What is it called?
It's, we had all this batik fabric turned in at the shop, so I made a small quilt out of it in really loud colors. It's a firecracker quilt.
For keeping our shop afloat, July 2020. Beautiful. Stitched with love. Yeah.
And there's another person that I think this person flies under the radar and deserves some credit. She's just a solid, really hard worker. She's got, I don't know, over thousands of hours. Really low-key, but always there to help you, and I just really appreciated getting to know her when I got moved into the fabric section of the thrift shop over the last few weeks. But anyway, Melanie, would you come up? You've been so great, and you deserve this so much. She was there on May 11th, and she was there many, many days after that, and she'd been there many, many hours before all that. So I really appreciate her leadership at the thrift shop with Carol and the others. And at this point, I'd like to introduce our speakers today. Can I start that? As you can imagine, if you've been following the news, Lincoln County has done so well as far as our elderly population at St. Andrews and at Cove's Edge. They've been in a lockdown since mid-February. They've been kept safe. They've been very isolated, so we've sent out a lot of projects their way. But I remember in February, I was in volunteering at the Gregory Wing, and Cheryl Worcesterbar was there, totally focused on the staff. I don't think she saw anybody but the staff. She was just really giving all the details, even then, with what was going to happen with the COVID-19 response. So I ended up getting to know her a little bit, as well as Cheryl Dobbelstein over at Cove's Edge was very helpful and cheery and supportive of our project. So both of them are still shut down and locked in at their facilities, but they are going to come to us by Zoom and speak a little bit, and we welcome them and thank them for taking part in our recognition today.